This is funny. Yeah, there's like, hello, there we go, there we go. We'll try and take as many as we can. I know we're done at 6, so we'll try and do as many as we can. So keep the questions easy.
So I really love like themed entertainment as a whole, and like Horror Nights is like an extension of that kind of. And would you feel like starting as sort of a ride designer could lead to sort of scenic Horror Nights sort of thing? Because I know like you guys kind of had like an unconventional start as like an actor, and that became creative. But do you think like in modern times starting as a ride designer could lead to house position sort of thing?
I totally think so. One of our scenic designers who has worked on haunted houses before, he works on a lot of parades, was a car designer.
Really?
Yeah, in Michigan.
Industrial design?
So yeah, so definitely. Melissa, do you think, like, I think any creative who is passionate about what they do can transition to any branch of creativity they put their mind to.
Yeah.
So take the skills that you can learn from where you're at and apply those skills to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Great question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. I was wondering about when you're designing a year for Halloween Horror Nights, the mix of IP that's already out there as opposed to original houses. Is there always a number that you guys have in mind of a mix, or does it change with the ideas that you have that year?
Yeah, it's never set in stone, but because it really depends on what's available to us in that year. Also, you know, if we're starting from an IP standpoint, we try and split it down the middle. It's a 5 and 5 scenario. That way we're balanced in the event, because we know our fans love the IPs that we bring to the table, but they also equally love, maybe even more, the original ideas that we're able to present every year. So we want that balance to occur. Have there been years of a 6 and 4? Sure. It becomes an exercise of the business and how do we want to divide our IP versus our originals. But it's not set in stone. But if you give us the opinion, we want to keep it split. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. Like you, I've been going to the event for decades. And not only myself, but the fathers in the neighborhood have sort of a group that goes, we go like 2 or 3 times a week, see a couple of houses, grab a couple of beers and walk. And I'm having a hard time as a last year keeping that group together because the frequent fear passes didn't the express option. So, is that going to happen this year? Are they going to come back with the express option? Are frequent fear passes going to be available? I'm trying to...
We are the wrong panelists for that
We're just creatives that know nothing, sorry.
But I can do this. Let me take your question and I can take it to whomever. Before you leave, give me your phone number and I will text you. We open, I promise. I want to keep your group together because I went to the event. My first engagement with Horror Nights was going with my dad. From 91 until I was an employee, my dad and I went every single year. So that's awesome.
So for a question about past Horror Nights, do you guys ever foresee yourselves releasing the old Q videos that were filmed specifically for houses?
Yes. I said easy questions. We would love to. Here's the thing. There are so many legal things that go on with media. You know, what we did back in Hellgate, Q-Line video, none of that went through legal parameters. We shot it, we put it up, and that was it. And there are a lot of different hoops. Is it always a possibility? Yes. Frankly, there's a lot of work involved with every frame of media nowadays and getting every frame cleared. All the graphics have clearances, all the fonts have clearances, all the people in them, you've got to go back and find them and have them sign releases for public release. So there's so many tunnels to kind of crawl through with something like that. But honestly, we would all of us up here would love to have everything we create out there forever for everyone to enjoy. The reality is there's just a lot of business that gets, not in the way, but a lot of hurdles that we have to kind of jump over, you know?
But like last year, we do get some opportunities, like with Slaughter Cinema. Right? Shout out to Charles great. We got to write and direct all these awesome short stories to present to you all in the queue. So every now and then we do get those cool opportunities to create some curated content, which is awesome. So.
Yeah, well, and we love to do that. It's about really, can we show it after the event's over? That's the hard part.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the question.
So as most of the people here, I've been going to Horror Nights for a really long time. I've noticed that there's only been a couple that have been in Islands of Adventure.
Oh,
How long have you guys thought about that? Is that ever?
I've had this question before. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm hogging this Q&A. Islands. Event happened there 4 years. 4 years. Thank you. You know all the years. Thank you. It was great at Islands. I will stand on this soapbox and say the event lives in the studios. It does. It does. It started there. It should stay there. Here's the other thing about Islands. Islands is so unbelievably themed. It is very difficult to break out of that into something unique. The great thing about the studios, and you all do it every year when you go through our scare zones, we're able to create something that you forget the surroundings of the studios. That is incredibly difficult at Islands. Islands is it's a thinner park, the pathways are thinner, you're kind of, like Jurassic Park is going to be something jungle themed. You can't break away from that. You know, it's very difficult. So, as for me, this event's heart and soul lives in Universal Studios Florida. I'm not going to answer the next question.
So in 2007, 2008, 2009, my idea of gaming was the interactive Fortnite websites. Is there any chance that we would ever see a return of that? Because I miss it, I'm sure a lot of people miss it. People might not even know about it, but like being in the Universal Palace Theater, finding Mary's stuff, like Jack's Carnival, like I miss it. I hope other people miss it. Time goes by faster for the event, so.
Yeah, I'll answer this one. 100%. We love it too, because it's just another way we can tell our stories. Things change. Things change. There are new methods, and I will tell you, we are in meetings, and we're not driving these meetings because we have a lot on our plates. And also, you know, the amount of work that goes into this event has exponentially grown, where the same team that was designing the event was also designing that website, and everything that goes into it. That was the art and design team doing that. And it's gotten incredibly difficult to do everything. But I will say, we are in meetings, because we all have these phones, and they do a lot of different things. Every year, we're in meetings with these groups, studying and understanding what's out there that we can take advantage of that allow our stories to get told in different ways. And that's an ongoing conversation year over year to try and find the right method, both technologically and intuitively, that allows the guests to be able to take in that story.
Thank you.
But we love them. We love them. We help create them. We love them.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
So
I'm not answering this question.
Ironically, my 3 favorite things on this earth are Halloween, Horror Nights, beer, and music. And this kind of brings those 3 together. So with it being this really cool Hispanic drive, 1, are we going to get like a cool like corn-based beer? Are we going to get like and 3, the most important thing, are we going to really feature a true Latin legend like a Celia Cruz, a Julio Iglesias, or a Pitbull?
I don't know. So my first instinct is I don't know how Mr. 305 works in the 1800s. I love saying that, but it was I grew up on her too, but I'm like, this kind of feels like Sergio's story to tell. But to that point, there is Latin influence in everything you see in this haunted house. I'm very, very proud to say that the entirety of the cast is Latinx. Our entire casting team for carrying that vision through. Very, very proud of that. As far as the beer goes, I hope so.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi. One question, then one thing I want to say real quick. The question is, if we ever get a Horror Nights movie, or like a movie or TV show, what would you guys want it to be about?
Oh, can I have this one? I want Jack's World. I have kind of put this in the universe several times. One being to maybe a partner in our family that has a streaming network. I was like, you know, Jack is so layered and he has so many other entities with him, with Eddie and Chance and now Oddfellow. We can go anywhere with this. We can tell his origin story, we can tell Oddfellow's origin story, we can figure out, you know, tell Chance's origin story. Yes, I would love that, 100%. If and when that will happen, TBD, but we are on board for that to happen, my friend.
I'm sure a lot of people have said this, but I have some friends in this crowd. Just want to say thank you for making Horror Nights happen. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I've been going to Horror Nights since '02. And so, like, there's a lot of original houses that I like. One of them specifically is Graveyard Games. I got So I was asking, have y'all ever thought about doing like a sequel to that house or any of the original other houses that y'all did in the past?
We think about that every day, but right below you is Charles Gray, who wrote Graveyard Games.
He's sitting in Indian style underneath you.
No, we think about that all the time. We constantly look to our past and all the original content stories we've done to kind of infuse them into new stories and new ideas. We are constantly thinking about that. Some of the moments where you get that are in anniversary years, right? We usually, for those of you who've been around for decades, you've seen this, that in anniversary years, we bring back some of our most popular OCs. So just think about that. But, because, you know, next year is 35.
I can say that I too am a huge fan of Graveyard Games. Again, shout out to Charles Gray. There is absolutely some Graveyard Games influence in El Artista Spanish. And there's some familiar effects that you might remember from that haunted house. So keep an eye.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. You guys are absolute titans in your field, and it's honestly inspiring just to be talking here. I'm a seasoned scare actor. I'm sure I'm not the only scare actor here in the room. I'd love to know if there has been any feedback from your team members who come back year after year and how they go back into the houses as you're designing them, just so your scare actors can safely scare but also get the best out of their performance.
I'll take this one. Yeah, so if you are a seasoned scare actor, I'm sure you know that we do a really diligent job of trying to hear exactly how our characters are feeling and doing. Like I said, I came from being a character, and every decision I make, I try to think of every layer that I have been and how it impacts them, just like I think of how it impacts our guests and the experience in the park overall. But we take our time to, you know, do mini TSATs, which are team member satisfaction surveys, and look at trends that happen within our team member group as well. And then we like to apply that feedback. We try to start every year with telling you exactly what feedback we've applied, and we try to build in control systems within our design that help tell our story, but also kind of provide that space that you feel safe so that you're giving your best performance. So that's what we're really looking to do. Our ultimate job in production is to take care of our team members and make sure that they feel comfortable to do the best job that they can do and have everything that they need to do so. So if you are a character, please keep telling us.
We got time for like one or two more.
How about three other? How many people are standing there? Four. All right, four more questions. Here we go.
Hi. I'm new to the Halloween Horror Nights scene. I believe 2025 will only be my fourth year. But one thing that I love about Halloween Horror Nights is what's not your houses, not your scares, so your shows. Woo! I'm pretty sure I can speak for a lot of people here. I love Nightmare Food. Yeah.
I cannot confirm or deny that Nightmare Fuel is coming back this year because of a reveal date of when shows are happening. But here's what I can say. The shows, particularly anything that's been in that venue, has always been the palate cleanser for the event. We want to be able to present something that allows someone who maybe doesn't want to get scared all night, that they can sit down and enjoy some level of spectacle in the event, whether it's the show experience, whether it's a lagoon experience, anything that kind of breaks you away from the scare zones and the haunted houses, where we want to try and find ways that we can engage that guest. So the fact that you enjoy that facet of the event is awesome, because we do it specifically for you, because we know there are people that come to this event that do not want to go through a haunted house.
It's a great break.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. What I can say about Nightmare Fuel, and for the past few years, Jason Horn has been our creative director, show director for that house, or for that show, and has done an amazing job. And we actually, this year, for the very first time, if we bring that show back, we'll have new creative there, if we bring it back. See what I did there? Because I caught myself halfway through that. Yeah. Q&A's great! Thank you so much.
Hi, I've been his character for several years too.
Hi, I like your friend.
Oh, thanks. I named Matilda myself.
Yep, I can see that.
Awesome.
Matilda!
But what I was wondering is, it looks like Sergio is possibly the icon for this year. Is there any, and usually in the past years, especially in the past years, icons have sort of influenced the scare zone. So is there any influence of the artist upon the scare zone this year? And what might the thought process be of what little pieces go into each scare zone from each icon?
That's a great question. I don't know if I have time to answer it fully. Here's what I would say. So, the icon word is a heavy word, especially for this room. It's a heavy word, and it means a lot of things. Here's what I can say about Sergio Navarro. He is a central character to our story this year. I'm not going to throw out the word icon, because that is a word that you all can place on that character if you choose to, or if you choose not to. What I will say is we've identified this character as a way to tell our story this year. His influence is in the event, in some capacity. It may not be the way an Oddfellow was in the event, or definitely not the way Jack the Clown is in an event. But again, it is us every year trying to determine what's the best method to tell a specific story. What I can say with this particular story and this particular character is there is a beginning, middle, and end to this story. And it resides within El Artista. How that permeates the rest of the event is a discovery that you can take on yourself and decide for yourself how you feel about Sergio Navarro. Okay?
Hi. Okay. So I've only been going to HHN for like around since 32. Yeah, and I've only got like the full year with last year. Very awesome group of people back there.
Hi, awesome group of people.
Awesome people, what's up?
And before I was an H&M fan, I was a comic book fan. And I kind of used that to relate to like, oh, Carrie is just Gotham, but so much worse. So I'm just wondering, it's like, you guys did Carnage here.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, it's like, is there a possibility for anything comic book related, or it doesn't even have to be like an IP, like original?
Are you asking if there's a comic book that we could produce and sell based on the story?
No, I mean like adapt into a house.
We're always looking for new intellectual properties to adapt. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a movie. It doesn't have to be. It can be anything. So yes, we're always looking for new things to put in. And yes, our original stories can be anything. So we have historically thought of a comic book style. We just haven't done it yet. The tribute store was...
Yeah, we did it at a tribute store. We love comic books, yes.
The reason I bring this up is that me and a friend of mine were just talking about a Batman house.
What?
Batman.
Oh, Batman! I can't talk about that. That's all I got, man. That's it.
Thank you so much.
All right, our last question.
I just had one question. As a huge Halloween Horror fan, I'm very excited to see Five Nights at Freddys be brought to HHS. I don't know if you can confirm or not. Will Five Nights at Freddys be a haunted house, or how will it be brought to the event this year?
It's gonna be there.
We have officially announced that Five Nights at Freddys will be part of Halloween Horror Nights on both coasts. We have not officially said how that will be a part of the event.
We'll be there.
But it will be in the event, and what I can tell you, it's going to be cool, it's going to be fun, and what I can tell you is it is going to look identical to how that franchise looks. The characters will look identical to how they appear in the Blumhouse Five Nights at Freddy's film.
Those bright lights that came on, that was PR making sure we were staying in line. With that being said, thank you all for your amazing questions.